You know, when you argue with a fool, you just prove there are two. And I consider Congresswoman Omar, Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez, I think is her name. They call themselves the Squad. I consider them to be fools.
Today, you're about to witness one of the most intense political moments we've seen all week. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, yep, AOC, just got publicly exposed by none other than Senator John Kennedy. And when I say exposed, I mean he didn't hold back. He didn't sidestep or sugarcoat it. He called her a fool right there in broad daylight over her increasingly extreme views. And the room? You could cut the tension with a knife. This wasn't some off-the-cuff soundbite either. This was deliberate, calculated, and aimed squarely at the most outspoken members of Congress. So what exactly did Senator Kennedy say? And why did it shake the room and spark reactions across the entire political spectrum? That's what we're breaking down, because this clash didn't just involve AOC. It pulled in the entire squad: Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib, Ayanna Pressley. These lawmakers have made headlines for years by pushing a bold, progressive agenda. But Senator Kennedy? He just took it to another level. He went on record saying, "When you argue with a fool, you only prove there are two." And just to be clear, he was calling AOC and the squad fools to their face. But here,
Two, frankly, I don't know why the president felt the need to tweet on this subject at all. You know, when you argue with a fool, you just prove there are two. And I consider Congresswoman Omar, Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez, Congresswoman Tlaib, Congresswoman Pressley, I think is her name. They call themselves the Squad. I consider them to be fools. They hate America. They think America was wicked in its origins, and it's even more wicked today. They ought to be thanking America instead of calling America evil and wicked and racist. But this is America, and they have the right to their opinion. But I don't like to see the president even dignify their point of view. Besides that, I think that the Squad, as they call themselves, they are destroying the Democratic Party. You know, when your opponent is screwing up, don't interrupt him. Let him go. I mean, just looking at this from a political standpoint, if I didn't know better, I would think the members of the Squad were GOP plants.
The United States is running concentration camps on our southern border, and that is exactly what they are.
And she's not backing down on her choice of words.
We've had 24 people die in these concentration camps that Trump has established on our border. And what they want to do is politicize it, warp it, turn it into a controversy about words instead of turning it into a controversy about why kids are dying on a border with U.S. dollars.
so what's
I mean, they think that illegal immigration, socialism, higher taxes, abortion are all moral goods. They think America, Israel, free enterprise are moral bads. That's not what most Americans believe. And that's kind of where I am on the subject. The president has explained his position. He has said, look, here's what I meant. If you're not happy living in America, leave. It's a free country, and I agree with that assessment.
And whether you align with Kennedy or stand with AOC, one thing's certain: this fight is far from over. Because in today's political climate, every word, every quote, every fiery moment like this, it doesn't just spark debate, it defines where people stand. So now the spotlight turns to you. Do you think AOC's views are truly that extreme? Or is Kennedy exaggerating to stir the base? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read them. And if you're someone who values truth, logic, and unapologetic clarity, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss what comes next. Because the culture war isn't cooling.